Okay, welcome back. This is it's actually the third day since I've been doing this video. I got tied up with a couple clients yesterday, and then I got dark. And that's one thing that's important is for me when I'm finishing off a piece, getting down to those really final, subtle changes. I don't want to be doing it in questionable light. Now, I don't need perfect light when I paint. But when I'm finishing it off, I want at least to be good enough light that I can make those decisions. And it was around 5 o'clock, the light starts to go. That's not a good time to be making the final decisions. So yesterday, I finished off the bottom. So I'll zoom in a little bit here and show you from a photograph. But I blocked in all of those areas that were just kind of the raw canvas tint, the kind of crimson. I've put various colors in there. That makes it look more finished. I've added the one birch over here, which again helps link this. I put a little bit more color onto the trees, so the reds on the sunward side, the kind of bluish grays on the far side, and I put a little bit more color in here. And again, these are all really subtle things, but what happened last night is what I'm really going for is last night when I finished in the studio and I put the piece out on the fireplace, when my wife Diane came in to see it, she immediately asked, "Is it finished?" And I said, "No, there's still a few more things left to do." But what she said was really kind of what I'm going for. She said, I couldn't tell you what you've done on it, but it just looks a lot better than it did this morning. And it looks like it could be finished. And that's kind of what you're going for. Again, you want it to look finished, but you just want it to look better. And then when my son Cameron came home last night, he was out of town delivering a big painting for me. When he came in, same thing. He asked if it was finished, and because he had noticed, it was noticeable that this was much better looking than it was in the morning, even though all of these little subtle things didn't really change the painting all that much. In particular, probably from far back, you can't even see the difference. So we'll zoom in. And I'll show you some of these things that I've actually done. So the last thing for today is on the birch trees. I just know from experience, if I go in and put a very kind of thin rim light on the sun side of the birches, it will really make them pop. And same with a light blue on the far side. Some of them that's already in there to a certain degree, but I'll just kind of punch that up a little bit. And then I'll get into the final part, which is actually my favorite part of the painting, where I'm just looking at it kind of abstractly in terms of colors and seeing if I need to introduce some dots of color into various areas. And then when that's done, I'll be signing it, and then it's done. And that's one more thing I'll talk about, I guess, is your signature as part of the composition. You're putting in like a scribbly stroke, or if you print it, however you do it, that's going to have an impact on the composition. It's a shape that's going in there. So I usually leave one area of the painting that's a little quiet, that needs a little something. So if we look over here, this dark area right here, that's where I'm going to place my signature. And it's also going to help kind of lead the eye into the painting, because that will draw the eye here. Plus we have this branch coming up here. Plus we have this movement coming down. So everything will just go to encourage that movement from left to right and kind of swing around and wheel back at the sun. So let me get on to these birch trees, and then we'll come back and we'll just start placing little bits of color. Well, thanks for joining me. I hope you found this information helpful. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. I also appreciate the likes and the comments. If there's anything that you'd like me to cover that I haven't, please give me comments. I'll take that into consideration, and look forward to seeing you next time. That's it for now. I'm Tim Packer. Bye-bye.